Hello and welcome to the Cozy Meadow Knits podcast. This is episode 31. My name is Sophie and I'm coming to you from the province of New Brunswick that is located on the east coast of Canada, where I live with my husband and our two children. We have a daughter who's 14 and our son is 12, and I am an obsessed knitter. This is a knitting podcast. This is where I share all my recent makes, my current whips, and all of the dream knitting because I want to knit all the things. Like now, I'm obsessed. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day to spend with me. I am truly honored. So I have so much to talk about. Everything that I will talk about will be linked down below. The project pages, patterns, makers, yarn dyers, shops, all of it will be linked down below, as well as where you can find me. I am on Ravelry as Cozy Meadow Knits and on Instagram as well. I also have an email. It'll be all linked down below in the show notes. Yes, I have so much to share. It's been a little bit since my last episode. Life, I know everybody's busy. We're busy. It's the same story over and over. So let's get into it. I have 2 finished objects to share with you and 4 whips. So let's get cozy, have a sip of something, and let's get into it. Cheers. Okay, first finished object. It's a big one. It is a lovely one. It is the Breaking Dawn Shawl by Anniina Juuti. This was a test knit for me, and I finished it and I absolutely love it. I'll talk about the pattern and where you can find it after, but first of all, I'm going to show you, let's show you the shawl first. So it is a crescent, I'm going to cover my face. It is a crescent shawl. Okay, so it's a crescent shaped shawl, and you start with a little tab here, and then you increase and do some texture. And then it goes into some garter. Anniina has instructions on how to fade. If you're using more than one color for this shawl, the color combinations are endless. This shawl would look amazing all in one color. A lot of the testers, we used a few colors, but even only 2 colors, anything would look great in this shawl. I chose to do it with 5 different colors. So like I said, you start and then you go into some garter, and Anniina had some instructions on how to fade the colors in together. And it's just so clever, and I really, really enjoy doing that. And then there's this little lace detail with eyelets. And then you go into another garter stitch section. And then there's this texture section, and then at the very end, this lovely lace detail as well. And then you finish off with an I-cord edge. I absolutely loved working on the shawl because you were never bored. You got some breaks where you would have some garter stitch and then go into another section. Having it in different colors, I enjoyed it because then I was getting antsy and to change color and see how it would play together. I can talk about the colors that I chose. These 2 this is all from stash. That was one of the big things that I wanted, is to use some of my stash yarns. So all of this I already had. These 2 colors are from my advent calendar that I bought from 2023, which was from Jenny Keane yarns, and she is a yarn dyer in Canada, and her advent was amazing. Anywho, so these colors are from that. And then this third section here, this is Cascade Heritage. This is a leftover skein that I had from another project. And then this beautiful variegated yarn was very special. It's something that I bought a couple of years ago, and I held on to it because I wanted to make something special with it, and I am so happy that it ended up in this shawl. It is from Camp Fibre Yarns, and I think the name of the colorway was Spooky Town. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I checked her shop, she doesn't have it. I'm not sure if it's a repeatable colorway, but I really, really loved it. So I decided to put it all together with these colors. And the fifth color is again something that was left over. I didn't have to do this. I could have finished it off with this color as well, but I chose another mini from my advent calendar, and it's just this beigey color, light beige, and it was a solid color. I just thought it would finish it off better. This is not, I followed the pattern to a T because it was a test knit, but the colors, this fifth color, you don't have to do it, and it's not in the pattern. It's not directed in the pattern. There goes my hair. Yeah, so I will pop in a picture of how I usually wear it. I was going to record with it on. I just went and changed because I didn't even start recording and I was already overheating. I didn't say though, this is a fingering weight shawl, and I absolutely love it. I already wore it twice. I love my color combo. I couldn't be happier really with it. I highly recommend this knit. In the pattern, it is actually, there's charts and written out instructions. However you like to follow your pattern, it is in there. It is very well written. We didn't have any issues. I didn't have any issues with it. And it was just a joy to knit on. Now, I can show you how I usually wear it and how I put it on. This is how I would wear it. I've worn it already twice at work. It keeps me warm because the air, it's getting warmer here, but not very, but we're having like in the teens now in Celsius, like 12 and 15s outside. So they've cranked up, of course, the air conditioning in my office and I'm freezing now. So yeah, so this is how I would wear it. This is how I put it on. I love this color so much, and I wanted to make sure that you could see it. And again, it's just fantastic. I really love it. One thing that I can say, the first color that you're going to choose, depending on how you're going to wear it, if it's a color that you absolutely love and you want it to be shown when you wear it, maybe don't put it on the first section, because this is just my opinion. Because when I wear it, I always like fold it down and you don't really see it. So I'm super happy that I chose this color as the second color so that I can showcase it a little bit more. It can still be showcased. Like you can still see it if you want, but I find it kind of gets lost a little bit. So if you do use some color, make sure the colors that you want and you love and want to pop out are lower in your shawl. I guess up to you. Anyway, I'm going to take it off again because I am but I will have put in a picture on how it looks when I wear it. Seriously guys, I absolutely love it. It's totally a awesome knit. Okay, I'll put it back there. There it is. Okay. I guess I can talk about what I am wearing before going into my second object. This is a t-shirt. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but this is a t-shirt that I knit last year for last summer. It is the Maven Tee. It is by Maven Crafted. I'll have it linked down below. It is a fingering weight t-shirt. I absolutely love it. I can stand up, I guess, and show you. I just have leggings on, so I don't want to show you my pants, but I can kind of show you where it hits. I guess, no? There. So this is how, it's so airy. I absolutely adore it. I wear it all the time. It's simple, but it's really fun to knit. It is very simple and a very quick knit. Sorry. There. Okay. Yeah, so it's a very quick knit. I highly recommend this one. It's one of my favorites. Any modifications? I don't think I did many, if I did any, but it would be in my project page. It'll be down below. Yeah, so that's what I am wearing. And for the second finished object, it is a pair of shorty socks. Yes, okay. I have all of my stuff right here, so if you see me like look down, that's where all of my madness is. It's almost like falling off the chairs. Anyway, okay. Is my hair okay? Okay. These are my second finished object. They are shorty socks. They are by the Shore socks. That's the name of the pattern, and they are by Nancy Wheeler. I had finished the first sock a couple of episodes back. Nancy was hosting a knit along, which is, it has ended now, but I really wanted to participate, and so I thought I'd just cast on a shorty sock, which I knew would not take very long to knit. So I finished a second sock. So if you've watched before, I talked about it before. I will just go quickly on the beautiful pattern. This is the very first pattern that Nancy Wheeler, Knits It Happy. She has a podcast. She is an amazing sock designer and a super awesome friend. And she has lots of sock designs. She is so talented. And this is a very first pattern. And I absolutely loved it. No, I don't think I tested this. I have tested some sock patterns for Nancy before. This one I didn't test, but I did make a full-length sock. And so I already had this pattern. I have all of her patterns, but I so enjoyed making these that I thought it would be so cute as a shorty, and I am right. They are so cute and they're super comfortable. So the yarn that I chose is Yarn Indulgences. This yarn, it was leftover from the yoke. I used this yarn color in the yoke of my Zwag sweater that I've shared before. So I had enough. I had like I think I had 50 grams left of the skein, which was insane. But it was perfect because I could get away with a shorty sock. I cast on all of my information on how I made it a shorty, like how many rows I did for the cuff and then how many rows I did before starting the heel. That is in my project page. The cuff and heel and toe, this is just leftovers, Cascade Heritage that I had in stash. So if you have half skeins or if you have leftovers, definitely you probably have enough for, if you have close to 50 grams, you have enough for a pair of shorty socks. I find they're really great house socks. It gets really hot in our house, even in the winter, because the the sunlight just comes into our house like right there. It's right there in their picture window in our living room, and it heats up the whole house. So in the day, during the day, it's super hot. And then at night we have a wood stove. So I love wood stove heat. Oh, I love it so much. So it gets pretty warm in the house. So having shorties on are like essential for me anyway. So I think that's it for the shorty socks. By the Shore, check it out. It's a really great pattern. The instructions for the heel flap, it's a slip stitch heel, flap and gusset. That is from Pattern, and also Nancy's super awesome rounded toe is in there too. I love them. Okay, that is my last finished object. What now? Okay, whips. Oh, I feel like I haven't done this in forever. Oh, I'm all, what am I trying to say? I'm all like, I don't know. I'm all over the place. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Okay, all right. Okay, so my first work in progress is the Seashore Stroll pattern. I'm totally blanking out on the pattern designer. I will have her name down here. And this is my version of this t-shirt. I absolutely love it. I will put up a picture of what it's supposed to look like. And I absolutely love this t-shirt design ever since I saw it last year. I think it came out last year. It was in my favorites, and I was scrolling through trying to pick the t-shirts that I wanted to knit this year, and this was very high on my list. And when I got this yarn, I knew exactly what to do with it. I knew it needed to become this t-shirt. So I will talk about the yarn after. Since I have it up here, I will talk about the construction of the t-shirt. In the pattern, there are a few options of different necklines. I think there is an I-cord maybe, and maybe something else. I chose the 1x1 ribbing, and it's twisted rib, so it's very neat. And then you go into some short rows, which I am very proud of because I have no idea why. Well, I probably know why now. German short rows. The first time I've ever did them, I was like, wow, this is amazing. It worked out great. Every single time I did it after, I was getting huge holes, and I couldn't figure out why. I watched tutorials. I'm like, I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? And I had mentioned this to my friend Manon from La Violette Knits, and she said maybe you're not catching both when you're resolving. Yeah, when you're resolving the short row, maybe you're not catching both yarns, whatever. And I'm like, yes, I do. But anyway, so this time, I don't think I was. Because this time I really paid attention to when I got to the short row and you have to resolve it and you have to knit into it to make sure to grab both little bars. Anyway, and it worked out great. There is no holes. I am so proud of myself. And I was totally in denial. Thank you, Manon, for correcting me. Yeah. So because in my zwag, I did it in my zwag and I had huge holes. I had to go back and kind of like sew it together in a way to try to reduce the hole. It's fine now, but yeah, this is awesome. Anyway, so German short rows for increases, and then you go into this wonderful texture. This is very fun to knit. It is very easy. Knits, purls, yarn overs, you can absolutely knit this. Yeah, so it's super fun. I don't know, like the repeats are like super short and very easy to remember to knit through. I love this kind of like arrow or wheat detail. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's where I'm at. I have like this much more of the yoke patterning, and then I can split for sleeves if I'm at the right depth. I'm surprised. I read in the pattern because usually I'm so impatient. I just want to start and not even swatch. And swatching is very recommended. I did not swatch. I know. Do not. You swatch, okay? Make sure you swatch. But I did read in the pattern, and the designer states that when in testing, a lot of her testers found that they had to go, did I go up or down? I think they had to go down a size needle because the texture was actually making it longer. The yoke was getting too deep for them if they kept up with the same needle size that you're supposed to knit the stockinette stitch with. So that's what I did. I had to go up a needle size because I'm always off gauge. Anyways, I'm a very tight knitter, so I did that. But for the yoke, for the texture part, I went down a needle size. I think I have that in my project page already. So when I am finished doing the yoke, the textured portion, I will go up to the correct needle size that the stockinette gauge will be. Anyway, does that make sense? Anyway, I hope I didn't confuse you, but just to make sure, because she does say in the pattern that is very, very highly recommended to do a swatch that I completely ignored, to do a swatch of the texture, block it, and see how long you get in your rows so that the yoke doesn't go too far down. But I have been trying it on and I think it's going to work out for me. Again, I've knitted a few, I kind of know my gauge, so anyway, still, I sometimes make mistakes. Sometimes. I always make mistakes anyways. But this, see how cute it is? It's so cute. I absolutely adore it. Oh, you really see the texture there. Anyway, I'm excited. So this has been my obsession for the last week. I am tangled in yarn. There, okay, so the yarn, it's so good. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, at the beginning of April, sorry, I went to a Fibre festival with a whole bunch of people. I went to the Fiddlehead Fibre Festival. I talked about it last time that I was so excited to go. I got to go. It was amazing. The people who organized it, they are so lovely and delightful. I'll talk about it a little bit more later on in the episode, but yeah, everybody was so nice. All the yarns were gorgeous, and this is one of the purchases that I did. So the yarn that I'm using for the t-shirt, it is wool. Well, you don't really see it. A sec. I don't know if I can. Do we have another tag? Oh, okay. I'll just do it like this because it was covered. It is Wool and Wanderlust, and the name of the colorway is Namaste. So I got 3 skeins of this, knowing that I wanted to make a t-shirt, and absolutely right after I bought it, I knew this pattern came up to my mind, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna make. So it is called Magical Myrnie. That is kind of like what she calls her base. It is 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon, and it's 400 meters to 100 grams. So I think that's about like 430 yards, I think, to 100 grams. So I know this will probably stretch a little bit, so that's good. Anyway, so yeah, gorgeous color. It is so soft. It's so soft. Anyway, and it has these beautiful hints of blues and greens, sea green. I don't know. It was just calling my name. So at first I was only going to grab 2 skeins, but I really wanted to make sure that I had enough for a t-shirt, so I grabbed a third. I love it so much. Okay, that is my Seashore Stroll t-shirt. That's whip number 1. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster, I promise. Whip number 2 is it was a test knit and I didn't finish it on time. I'm sorry, Kaci. I don't think she watches, but anyway. But it's so much fun to knit on. Sorry. Okay, so this is the Party Line scarf, and it is by Kaci from Young Folk Knits. This is her first published pattern. It is out now for purchase on Ravelry, and it's just like a little scarflet. And I am more than halfway done, and it knits up super fast. Why haven't I finished it? I don't know. It is because this t-shirt is just driving me nuts. I just want to work on that, but I want this finished too, because I don't want it as a scarf. I can wear it as a scarf if I want, but I want to wear it in my hair. When I have my hair up, well, maybe not like that. But if you watch Knits and Pieces, that is it's a podcast. It's a knit chat cafe. It's on every Tuesday night, and oh, sorry, there was a car that came in my driveway. I was like, oh my God, who is that? No, so Knits and Pieces, it's on every Tuesday night. It's a knit chat cafe. These 2 wonderful ladies, there's Kelly and Noelle. I'll have them linked down below. Every week they chat about what they're knitting on and what they finished, and there's a chatter thread, and everybody goes in and they talk, and it's live, and it's amazing. They answer so many questions. Like, there's so much information, that like good and useful information about knitting that they go through. Seriously, they're amazing. Anyway, so Kelly, I've actually met Noelle. Hi, Noelle. I'm not sure if she watches, but hi, Noelle. I met Noelle last year. She's a hoot. And yeah, it was a wonderful day. I actually had the chance to have lunch with Noelle, and Nancy was there too, and Manon. And anyway, it was just so amazing. I was so nervous to meet her. And so why I'm talking about them is because of Kelly, because Kelly always has a headband, like a knitted headband on her head, like almost always. And I absolutely love that. And sometimes I put my hair up in a clip, and then I could just like put it. I think it would be so cute. So this is what I am knitting this for, ideally. Yeah, so Knits and Pieces, check it out, because they are hilarious and they knit like the wind. Seriously, they're amazing. Okay, back to the Party Line scarf. This is such an easy and relaxing knit, and it knits up so quickly. Super well detailed. I highly recommend the pattern. There's like a little I-cord edge, or like a slip stitch edge into it. Very straightforward. The yarn that I'm using is actually yarn from Stash. I think the pattern calls for sport weight yarn, but I'm sure you could do it. I want to do it again in a fingering weight yarn as well, but I thought I would start with this one. This is BC Garn Bio Balance. So it is, I think, a mixture of cotton and merino. I think it's been a little bit since I've used it, but I think that's what it is. I had this left over from a sweater knit. So this is the party line scarf. Very, very cute. A lot of people have made it already, and yeah, so check that out. I will have it linked down below. That is the party line scarf. What else? There is, okay, two more. I need to speed up. This is gonna be so long. I apologize. Okay, so my third work in progress is a sock, and it is a lovely shorty. I'm on a shorty kick right now. So this is the Serene socks, and it is by 3by2C Designs, and it is such a fun pattern. I was generously gifted this pattern from Kim from 3by2C Designs, and so she sent me an email saying that she was gifting me this pattern, and I'm like, thank you so much. And she has also very generously gifted a pattern to gift away on this podcast. So somebody can actually win this beautiful pattern, and I will talk about the pattern first. Let's talk about the pattern first. I'm all over the place. I am so sorry. So this is a super easy pattern to work up. Seriously, if you can knit and purl, you're golden, because it makes this wonderful texture. It starts off with a 2x2 cuff. The pattern is for a full sock, but you can do however long you want your legs. So I wanted a shorty. I am pretty sure I've wrote all of the information again on my pattern page, my project page, and I did a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, which is in the pattern. And then the texture is just on the front of the sock, and it's just so pretty, and it's so pretty in this yarn. This yarn is an acquisition that I got from the Fibre Festival that I went to, the Fiddlehead Fibre Festival. I have the ball band here. And it is by Nerds with Needles, Canada. It doesn't say Canada, but on Instagram I think they have to put Canada, because I think there's someone else that is called Nerds with Needles. And this this dyer, I think she is in Nova Scotia, I think, and it is called Mermaid. It was perfect. I really wanted to purchase something from their booth, and I saw this yarn this is totally out of my comfort zone. Completely out of my comfort zone. I know I'm probably shocking a lot of you, like a lot of viewers that watch me before, but it's so fun, and I was always picking this one up. It has stellina in it. It's super nice. It's a fingering weight sock pattern. Again, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but yeah. So I picked this yarn up, and as soon as I said, oh, I want to make socks with this, the yarn dyer said, it's not sock yarn. There's no nylon in it. And I'm like, because it's 3by2C Designs and it's called Mermaid, right? So it was perfect together. But the yarn dyer said that I could totally still use this as sock, just to make sure that I could use some reinforcement thread on the heels and toes, which I already had. I bought this at my local yarn shop and it is now closed, and I have no idea. There's no name or anything. It's just a little bobbin with, it's kind of like, it's nylon thread. So I used this, I held that in the heel part. So the cuff, I did a little pop of color, and then here is on the heel flap, I used the thread with the heel flap. I think I'm going to do the toe as well in this color. We'll see. If I don't, I'm still going to use the reinforcement thread held together with either this or the contrast color. And yeah, so it's going to be a pretty shorty sock. And it's super fun to knit up, super quick. It is a 2-row repeat. Like, seriously, it's a very good pattern. Very well written, easy to follow. Their patterns are available on, not Ravelry, they're available through Etsy. So I will have that link down below. What else was I going to say for this? Oh yeah, so I am going to gift away a pattern of this sock, the Serene sock. Now, I'm going to have a few giveaways on this episode. I'm going to have one pattern of the Serene sock, and I'm also going to gift away 2 patterns from Nancy Wheeler, and it is her latest pattern, and it was called Titty Gaga, and I tested those socks, and when these socks went live, Nancy was taking all of the proceeds from the first week of sale and donate that to breast cancer research. Amazing cause. So I already had the pattern, but I wanted to contribute as well and to donate. So I bought 4 patterns from Nancy. So I'm going to gift away 2 of those patterns on this one, and I will gift 2 more on the next episode. So that's 3 patterns to gift away on this one. If you want to win a pattern, all you need to do is comment down below on this video, and you can comment about anything. If ever you don't want the socks, you can say, or if you do want the socks, you can even just put in the word socks. So let's do that. The key word is socks. But if you want to tell me anything else, that what you're knitting on and what you're going to do this summer or anything, please do. I love to read through the comments. So, but if you want to have the sock patterns, just comment in your comment, put socks. That's it. Then I'll search for that word when I do the comment picker for the winner. And I will announce the winners on next episode. That is how I am going to contact you. I will not comment down below that you're a winner. I will not reach out to you. I will announce it here on the next episode because just don't give out your information if you didn't see your name on the next episode, okay? All right, so that was the 3rd whip. 4th whip is another t-shirt. It's been a while since I've podcasted, so I'm actually going to take a drink of coffee. There. Okay. Are you still here? Oh, this is going to be so long. Okay, so this is another t-shirt. This is called Petit Jardin, and I forget the designer's name. I will have her name here and link down below. This is a t-shirt that I wanted to cast on for this summer as well. And it has so many little texture details through the yoke. And then after that, it is just stockinette stitch. I can put up a picture here of what it looks like. But yeah, so this is my yoke. My yoke is finished, and I'm pretty sure I'm at the sleeve separation. Yeah, so this pattern, I am using the yarn. What am I using? I am using Yarn Indulgences. I think I have the ball band. I think I have the ball band right here. I'm going to go and grab it. No, that one's not it. Okay. Maybe it's in here. Of course not. I'm so sorry, Deborah. It is Yarn Indulgences, and I think she calls it Silken Linen. It is a silk and linen base yarn. Oh, I really wish I could give you the information. Let me find that info for you. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, but I really wanted to give you the right information. So this yarn is by Yarn Indulgences, and it is the Silken Linen Fingering Weight yarn. It is 65% silk and 35% linen. It has really good yardage. It's 490 yards for 115 grams. So that's what comes in a skein. And I don't know what the color name is though. It's not listed on her ball band, but she has a whole bunch of this. And if you're going to Knit City, Toronto, I am completely jealous and heartbroken that I can't go, but I just can't go. There's no way. It's just too busy here, home life right now. But Deborah will be there, Yarn Indulgences will be there, and she will have a whole bunch of this in gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So this stuff is so soft and really nice to knit with. I've talked about this yarn before, so I'm not going to go too much on it, but I'm just going to say it's really a joy to knit with, and I really enjoy it. It's really soft. It's going to be very cool and not hot to wear on those hot summer days. And yeah, so I think I'm making size 5. I think I'm making size 5, and it's a little bit loose. I was scared that it would be a little bit too big, but I didn't want to do the size down because I didn't want it to be snug either. So I think I'm going to stop here at the yoke. I still have in the pattern for this size, I think I have like 2 more increases to do, 2 more round increases, and I think I'm going to split for sleeves right now. So that's why it's kind of on hold for the moment, because I need to think. And I have no brain power. I have to think, because maybe I'll just go and follow the instructions or the stitch count for the sleeves for the size down. I'll figure it out somehow, but I just need some brain power to think about it. But the really hard part, and it wasn't hard at all, but the time consuming part was the yoke, and that one's done. So then once I've split for sleeves and figure that count out, it's just stockinette stitch all the way down. So I am very excited to have this to wear for the summer as well. Are you knitting any summer garments? If so, please let me know, because I want to cast on 2 more. I think I want 2 more t-shirts out of it too for this summer. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so those are all of my whips. Let me check my notes. What else? I can talk about maybe a little bit of inspiration. There are 2 or 3, what do I want to do? Yeah, there's like 3 t-shirts that I really want to make. I have these t-shirts already in my library, which means I've already purchased the pattern. I have the Willa Tee. I'm not sure if I've shared this one before, but there's the Willa Tee. It is by This.Bird.Knits. I will put a picture up. I think that t-shirt would be so nice to have this summer. It's super pretty. I love the lace detail on, on the chest, and it goes all around. It's very cute. So I'm thinking about that tee. I also need to have a Tolsta tee. I think I'm like the only one who hasn't knit a Tolsta tee yet, by Rebecca Clow, and I'll put up a picture that I already have in my library. I'm pretty sure I do. And it has tons of options, and I think there's a DK and a fingering weight option to it. So I want to make one of that for sure. And I already have yarn for it purchased last year. But I will share that next time when I do actually cast on. What else would I like to, well, I want to knit it all. Okay, so the next two things that I want to mention for inspiration, I will share it with my acquisitions because it goes together. And I was thinking also, I'm going to scoot down here, grab a book. I have this book that I bought, or I think Manon gifted this to me. Oh, I think so. Very generous. Like, I basically drooled all over the book when it came out anyway. So I kind of want to make a color work t-shirt. I don't have any color work t-shirts that I can think of. So in this book, there's a couple of options for fingering weight, for color yokes, for color work yokes, and they're all sweaters, but I can easily make it a t-shirt. Just stop the sleeves wherever you want it to. So I like this detail. I also love this one too, and this one. Anyway, so I don't really want to give too much away from the book, but I have options. So I will have to go and stash dive and see if I have anything that I can pull together and make a t-shirt out of. I'm excited. I'm seeing this and now I want to do this. I'm just like, squirrel. I just want to knit all of it and it's driving me mad. Completely mad. Okay. So I'm going to go into acquisitions. Yes. I'm gonna go quickly. No stories for these, okay? Okay, Sophie, no stories. So the Fibre Festival, Fiddlehead, I went to. I had a ball. It was amazing. There were so many people that I hadn't seen for a little bit, and they were all there, and it was so much fun. And the shopping was amazing as well. I can't name all of the people that were there because I'm going to forget someone, and but I am going to mention that I met a viewer for the first time, and I think I'm remembering correctly. I think her name was Karen. Karen, if you're watching, hi. It was lovely to meet you. She came up and we chatted for a little bit, and she said she watched the episodes, and I was honored. And we even shopped a little bit for some yarns. So that was really, really fun to meet her and see all of my friends from all over the province and even from PI. Like, it was just amazing. Okay, acquisitions. It's all here. I got a lot. It was like I hadn't seen yarn in ages. Like, I just went wild, but everything was so great. Yeah. So other things that I purchased there was this skein from the yarn therapist. She wasn't there, but Robin, who is the organizer, one of the organizers, and she has a yarn shop over, I think it's in Florenceville, or Bristol. I hope I'm saying that right, but I will link her down below. She has a really good selection of ancient arts, yarn as well as the yarn therapist, and she has a whole bunch of other yarns as well. But I picked up this skein. Of course, right? I love self-striping socks and I need to knit some more. I need to knit it all. And these, if you are a viewer that has been with me for a little bit, you know these burgundies are my color, so I had to. So this is a really good memory from the festival. I also got a bunch of these. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. But I don't know. They were like a super great deal, and then Robin actually gifted some. Anyway, I helped out a little bit, so she gifted me some of the yarns, but this was like super discounted and I just couldn't leave it there. I was like, I don't know what I can make with that. I can make a whole bunch. I can make a t-shirt. I can make a t-shirt. I can make something, maybe colorwork t-shirt. I don't know. There's the possibilities are endless, but it's called Hanf Natur. I have no idea, but it's this. I have it in 3 colors, and yeah, so I picked that up. I couldn't leave it there. I'm gonna throw that on the floor. Sorry, yarn. Okay, so I got that too. Stay tuned. I don't have a project in mind for that one, but I do have a project for these pretties. Again, I went crazy. That's what happens when there's yarn around. Okay, so I was at Yarn Indulgence's booth, of course, and she had gorgeous sport weight yarn. Yarn. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, there's one color missing for this. This is going to be either it's going to be a t-shirt. It's going to be a t-shirt, and it's going to be, I forget the name of it. Put these babies down and give you the name. I'll put up a picture. It's a Jennifer Steingast pattern, and it is Forsythian. I hope I'm saying that right. Forsythian by Jennifer Steingast. I am going to make, this is going to be the main body. Okay, I love it so much. And this is going to be kind of like, it kind of looks like grains. I'm going to have that as the grains. And the color that is missing, I want to have the kind of like the middle portion, the background of it is going to be cream. Actually her color, she didn't have it there, but she had it at home. It was the, it's called buttercream. And yeah, so I'm super excited about this one. I love it. Oh, and it is, I mentioned it's sport weight, and it is 100% wool. So it's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. Yeah, so there's no nylon or anything. It's a little bit rustic. It has a little bit of a rustic feel, but I can totally pull that off. Yeah, I've had itchier wools than this next to skin, so it's very, very nice. And she has a lot of really pretty colors in this too. 328 yards to 100 grams. Yeah, and they are priced very, very well. So go check her out. I think she has some on her website, or she might have some at Knit City, Toronto. Again, I'm jealous. Are you guys going? I really wish I was, but alas, I can't. I'm gonna pause this right now because my husband was calling and I didn't answer. So I'm gonna call him back, and I'll be right back. Okay. So I have talked to my husband, all is well. Let's get on with it. The last acquisition that I have from the Fibre Festival that I can remember and have found is my crossbody bag. I absolutely love this bag so much. It is a crossbody bag, handbag. It has coupons in it. It didn't come with coupons. I use it as my purse. And it has pockets. It has other pockets. It's super, super well made with a nice big zipper. It has this little pouch as well, this little pocket with a zipper. So yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love the material that Shady chose. Shady is the maker behind Topsail Canvas bags. Her stuff is gorgeous. She has a website. I have bought a really big bag that I use for traveling as my overnight bag and stuff. I absolutely adore that. And when I saw this crossbody bag that she had at this Fibre Festival, and it has a really long strap that you can shorten up if you want. So well made. I absolutely adore it. I already got quite a few compliments, Sadie, from this beautiful bag. So go check her out if you're interested for some very well made bags. Yeah, so that's my last acquisition from, from the Fibre Festival. I have one last acquisition. I know, oh my gosh. I swear, like, I need help. I need an intervention. But, yes, I have been wanting these colors of yarn from a yarn dyer since last fall, because this is her fall collection of last year. I have been drooling over these yarns forever, and I got a little bonus from work. It wasn't much, but I was having a hard week, and when that came in, I'm like, I need some retail therapy. Anyway, yes. Oh my God. Like, really, look at these colors. They are so amazing. This is 4 of the colors from Sassy Strings. I think it's Studio, right? Yeah. Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. She has been posting. She's in Calgary, I think, or Alberta. She's in Alberta, I think. Canadian yarn dyer. And I follow her. I have some of her yarns already, and she has been posting because she's been doing Fibre festivals over there, so she keeps posting all of her beautiful colors, and these colors together are just amazing. So these are going to become a stripy sweater. It is fingering weight yarn that I have right now. I think she has it on different bases or on different weights of yarn. Yeah, so the colors that I have are Antique Rose, beautiful, Twilight Lavender, oh, so good. This was such a splurge. Cinnamon Spice, right? This is going to be the ultimate fall stripy sweater, and this is Steel Harbor. All super beautiful together. I cannot wait to start this, but I'm trying to focus on the t-shirts first, and then probably a little bit in a month maybe I can start this one. The pattern that I think I'm going to use for the stripy sweater, it is called Shady Side, I think. Yeah, Shady Side, and it's from Samantha Guerin, and I will have a picture up. Now the picture, there's only 2 colors. I will use I'm not sure of the row count that I will have for each stripe, but I'm going to use that pattern as a base, I think. Stay tuned. So when I ordered this, Stacy, who is the yarn dyer behind Sassy Studios, she generously gifted a stitch marker set that I am trying to find. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff. It's all falling. Oh, I found it. Stacy generously gifted 2 stitch marker sets that she made, and they're so beautiful and precious. There's a little heart, I think, here. Yeah, and they're so cute. I'm going to gift away this on a later episode, so I will talk about these again, but I just wanted to say thank you so much, Stacy. This was very generous of you, and so if you guys are interested in some beautiful colors, go and check her out. She'll be linked down below. Okay. Yeah. I think I have one last acquisition that I forgot to say about. I did say I went crazy. This one was buried underneath some yarn. I bought this skein at the Fibre Festival as well. It is by Brigadoon Fibre Farm, and it is alpaca. It's from an alpaca farm, and it's 100% alpaca. It is so soft. Now I bought this, and I'm going to gift it away to a very wonderful lady. I'm excited. So in about an hour, I am going to be meeting the Knitty Stew. I am going to be meeting Leanne and Nancy Wheeler, and we're going to go take a drive. Leanne, the Knitty Stew, is here. She is in Moncton. What? Oh my goodness. I'm oh my God. I don't know. Am I going to act weird? I'm like nervous. But I am so excited to meet Leanne, and she had generously gifted me a skein of yarn last year, and so she doesn't know, I'm going to gift her this because her birthday is coming up soon. I think it's tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm going to gift this to her. She is the perfect person for this yarn. I think she's going to love it, and she's going to make something beautiful with it. So this was the last purchase, the very last purchase that I had from the Fibre Festival. So I think that is it for acquisitions and all of that stuff. Life stuff, we have been very busy. Hockey, my son's in hockey. My daughter was in volleyball. Volleyball has ended, but in between this episode and the last episode, we had tournaments, a lot of tournaments. At one point, my husband and son were in Nova Scotia, which is the neighboring province from New Brunswick, and I was in New Brunswick in Fredericton on the same weekend. We couldn't even be together because my daughter they both had tournaments at the same time. So it was absolutely crazy. It has died down a little bit. Volleyball is done. Hockey is almost done. And yeah, so that has slowed down, but we have still been very, very busy. We are building my husband is building, I'm helping out, a hot tub shack. That's what I call it. But it's not going to be a shack, but I call it the hot tub shack. We recently purchased a hot tub. It's in our garage. Currently, it's not plugged in. There's no water. We bought it used. I've been talking about a hot tub forever. So we looked around, we shopped around, and a brand new hot tub is absolutely crazy expensive. Worth it, but very expensive. So I wanted to make sure that we were going to use it and it would be worth the money. So we were shopping around, we were going to buy new, and then this deal came up on Facebook Marketplace. It's actually someone that lives very close to us, and they were selling theirs. We got it for a super great deal. So we bought it, and now we're like, now what? And my husband's like, well, we got to do a cement slab to put that on. And then I was saying, I want something screened in, because the mosquitoes over here are absolutely insane. And I'm like, I want that for the hot tub, but I also want a spot that is screened in where if we can sit and talk at like during the evenings and not be eaten alive by mosquitoes. So we thought, okay, how about we build a hot tub shack? So it's actually, we bought windows. There's going to be a door. There's going to be windows all around. We're going to have barn doors that open up. The hot tub will be inside. And we're going to have a roof. It's going to be sided. Like it's going to be like a mini house. My husband is building it all by himself. Last weekend he poured the cement. I helped a lot. I have footage of that. I'll add that to the end if you want to see what it looks like. We just got the base done now, and yeah, we're gonna start building the walls. And I don't know, my husband's not even a carpenter. He works in IT, but he's a jack of all trades, and I don't know how he does it. He watches a bunch of videos, and yeah, he kind of knows stuff. So I'm just here to help out. So that is what we are doing in the evenings and on the weekends. So that's why I haven't had time to record. Today is actually a Wednesday, and I took the day off to hang out with Leanne and Nancy, and this is the morning, so I thought I'd be able to at least record. I don't know when this video will be up, but probably by the weekend for Mother's Day. So I'm going to say it right now before I forget. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. To those who are pet mothers, those who are mothers of many or one child, it doesn't matter. You're all special, and we should all be celebrated. Very much so, because we do a lot. And yeah, so happy Mother's Day to all. Okay, so that was life. What else in life? The Fibre Festival was amazingly fun. We stayed at a motel, which had the restaurant was right in there. It was kind of like a sports bar, so the food was great, and we had a few drinky drinks. I'm not a big drinker. I hardly drink ever, just because I have migraines and I don't want to self-induce migraine. God, who wants that? So I rarely have alcohol, but we were having supper on the Friday night, a bunch of us girls, and I ordered a Shirley Temple. Everyone laughed, but I'm like, it's really good. And they didn't have grenadine, so they couldn't even make that. That was too bad. I was kind of bummed, but then they gave me some 7-Up and cranberry juice, which was really delicious. Then I got up and went to go get one of my projects and came back to the table, and Manon was all excited. She was like, Sophie, there's these guys that are sitting at a table and they all have purple drinks. And I'm like, purple drinks? I'm like, she was so excited, and I'm like, and I looked and I'm like, she's like, guess what they are? And then I knew they were porn stars, not the guys. The drink was called a porn star. Story behind the porn star drink. A few years back, me and Manon were working at the Tatamagouche Fibre Festival. We went for supper at a pub bar. She ordered a beer. I said, I guess I'll order a drink. And the guy came by, the waiter came by, and he was like, what do you want to drink? And then Manon ordered, and then I was looking and I saw that drink. So a porn star is made with 7-Up or Sprite, and some blue Caraco and some sourpuss liquor. So it's the sourpuss is kind of like a cherry liquor, and the blue Caraco, I don't know, it's blue. I have no idea what it's in it, but it's not strong at all. So I was like, ooh, that sounds good. Can I have, and then I looked at the guy. Anyways, he was cute, let's say, and I couldn't say it. I'm like, and I will have, and then I point to the menu and I pointed at the point. I didn't say it. I will have that. And Manon couldn't stop laughing because I was too shy to say porn star. Anyway, so that's the story behind that drink. Oh, but when I ordered it at that time, they didn't have the stuff to make it. So I didn't have a porn star. Fast forward back to that Friday at the Fibre Festival in Fiddlehead. So Manon was all excited and she's like, you gotta go get one. And so I went to the bar and I had to say to the guy who was working there with braces, and he was like way, way young, I'm like, I would like a porn star, please. So that night I had 2 of those drinks. They're not strong. I didn't feel anything, but it was fun, and it's really good to, it's a really good summer drink. Anyways, it's super sweet. I loved it. So on Saturday night, when we had supper again at that restaurant, well, we were a lot of tables and mostly covered with purple drinks. Everyone was having porn stars. Even the organizers were sitting with us. Robin, Heidi. I'm not sure if Lucienne. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Lucienne. I don't know if Lucienne had one too, but like everyone was drinking porn stars. It was awesome. So we had so much fun. That's my porn star story. So yeah, so that was the knitting shenanigans that happen at Fibre festivals. So many laughs. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop it here because this is probably going to be insanely long. I just really had a lot to say. If you are still here, thank you. And if you liked this video, you can like and subscribe. It does help my channel to grow, but if you don't want to do that, that is okay too. I just appreciate that you're actually here. And I absolutely love all the comments. Again, don't forget to comment if you want to win a gift away. The 3 sock patterns, that's what I'm gifting away on this episode, the 3 socks patterns. Yeah, and let me know what you're knitting on, and anything you want to let me know, where you are, what you're knitting on, if you have any questions. I read all of them. I do have sometimes, I am slow to reply, but I do try to reply to all of them. Just gets busy, but I absolutely love reading every one of them. Yeah, so that makes my heart happy. Thank you again for watching. I wish you a lot of joy. I wish you a lot of knitting time, crafting time. Take time for yourselves because you are worth it. And happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Thank you so much for everything that you do. We work very hard for our children or our pets, And so take the day and enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.